Some people walk into a room and instantly change the emotional atmosphere without saying much. They stay calm under pressure. They rarely react impulsively, and somehow, people trust them naturally. But what makes them different isn't confidence, and it isn't intelligence in the traditional sense either. Psychology calls it emotional intelligence, and most people completely misunderstand what it really is. Because emotionally intelligent people see human behavior differently than everyone else. And once you understand how they think, you start noticing things about people you were never supposed to see. Most humans believe they are rational, but neuroscience tells a different story. Every day, people make emotional decisions first, and logical explanations later. A single tone of voice can ruin someone's mood. One message can trigger anxiety. A small rejection can stay in someone's mind for years. The human brain reacts emotionally before logic even has time to catch up, and emotionally intelligent people understand this deeply. That's why they observe emotions instead of obeying them. When others react instantly, they pause. When others become defensive, they stay aware. And that small difference changes everything, because emotional intelligence is not about suppressing emotions, it's about understanding them before they control you. But the strangest part about emotional intelligence is that highly emotionally intelligent people often appear quiet. And there's a psychological reason for that. Emotionally intelligent people spend more time observing than reacting, because human behavior reveals itself in patterns, not words. Patterns, a forced smile, a delayed response, a sudden change in energy. Most people miss these signals completely, but emotionally intelligent individuals notice emotional shifts almost instantly, not because they are mind readers, but because they pay attention to emotional details others ignore. And over time, this changes the way they interact with the world. They become harder to manipulate, harder to provoke, harder to emotionally control. Because once you understand emotional patterns, you stop reacting blindly to people. Low emotional intelligence creates invisible chaos. People destroy relationships over temporary emotions. They ruin opportunities because of ego. They confuse attention with respect, impulse with strength, reaction with confidence, and modern society quietly rewards emotional impulsiveness. Outrage spreads faster than wisdom. Reaction spreads faster than reflection. But emotionally intelligent people understand something dangerous. Not every emotion deserves a reaction. Sometimes silence is emotional control. Sometimes walking away is intelligence. And sometimes, the strongest person in the room is the calmest one. But emotional intelligence affects something even deeper than relationships. It changes how people experience reality itself. And maybe that's the real reason emotionally intelligent people feel different. Not because they feel less emotion, but because they understand emotion more deeply than most people ever will. They understand that human behavior is often emotional before logical. That silence can reveal more than words. That calmness is not weakness. And that awareness changes the way you see people forever. Because once you begin understanding emotions, you start understanding human nature itself. And after that, you never observe people the same way again. Subscribe for more psychology and human behavior documentaries.